Hey you guys, it's Karen and I wanted to come and tell you about a really nice eye cream that I found. This is called Ocuwake eye cream by Facetheory. You guys know that I sometimes show you eye creams that I have tried because I've noticed that my under eye has been getting quite dry. I noticed it because my concealer just was gathering more in the lines, and I thought it's not that I've changed concealer, or it just didn't seem to be sitting as well like under my eyes. And the skin wasn't looking more liney, but it was looking more sort of crepey, you know. So I thought maybe I should start using an eye cream, because I've not been a fan of using an eye cream over the years because I feel like they're often overpriced. A lot of them have fragrance in or alcohol, or worse, both. Like I said, they're overpriced because you normally get a tiny little amount for the same price as any other skincare. And I was always happy to use my skincare right the way up to under my eyes because I would find something without fragrance and alcohol. However, as you will have seen from my previous skincare haul, I've been using a lot of oils lately, and that's the thing I'm more relying on to, you know, make my skin look better and give it, stop it being dry. And then I'll just use a moisturizer on top that isn't necessarily that hydrating. I just use a moisturizer to kind of seal in the oil. Now, if I put oil all the way up to under my eyes, it makes my eyes water the following day. So I know I can't do that. So I've been putting the oil on my face, but missing out this bit, then putting on the moisturizer, which isn't that great. And so I think that it's time that I start paying attention and using an eye cream. A lot of the time I just forget. I'll buy an eye cream, it will sit in my bag and I'll just forget it. Sometimes because it's just so small that it's just, you know, I've got a whole load of products in there, it doesn't stick out, and I haven't got into the habit. The other thing is, a lot of eye products have got retinol in them, and I definitely do not want to use retinol personally because my skin just goes very dry and very irritated with it. So it's not something I want in an eye cream. This one, I don't know. The Facetheory had another eye cream, and this is a reformulation of it, I believe. The old formula did have retinol in it, and I have seen one review of this where it was said radiant eye cream and it was in the same packaging, but there's also some other packaging that's completely different to this. But this one definitely does not have retinol in it. They have used another ingredient in it. And when I had a look at the ingredients of this, so I got an email just telling me that this was, you know, when you sign up to newsletters and whatnot, that this was this new eye cream. I looked at the size of this tube because it's a big tube. This is £15.99. I looked at the ingredients, and the ingredients are really, really nice. There's no fragrance, there's no alcohol, and I was like, yeah, that's an eye cream worth me trying. I was writing my notes down for this yesterday, but actually as I started I could see that the website explains it best, so I'm going to read to you from the website. And I did then go on to check, you know, was there any research surrounding their claims, etc. But the other thing I should tell you about why I'm using an eye cream as well is because I've noticed that I've got eye bags, and so I want to see if cream can help that. I need to go back and watch my own video. I did a video years ago, I did two, one on dark circles and one on under eye bags. I'll try and remember and link them for you. And what the research was that the best way to treat them is, and I am going to go back and watch that, because under eye bags and dark circles isn't something I have had, I don't think. You might be like, you know what, you've had them for years and you just thought you hadn't, so that's okay. But recently I've noticed I've been getting eye bags really badly, and I think that's because since my dad died I haven't really slept very well. I was saying to Kev today, I can't remember the last time I had a good night's sleep, and I was an insomniac in my 20s, but as soon as I was put on amitriptyline for headaches and nerve pain and all the rest of it, that is also something that helps you sleep. And I've been great at sleeping. I go to bed at 9 o'clock, I go straight to sleep, you know, and I sleep right the way through. That hasn't been the case for the last 6 weeks, so that may be why I've got the eye bags. But anyway, it's another reason to try something like this. So let me tell you what the claims are, what the ingredients are, etc. So it says this contains a blend of actives. So there is vitamin C, that is in a derivative form, sodium ascorbate phosphate, ferulic acid, licorice and chamomile. So already I was interested because I know that vitamin C derivatives are great for sort of brightening areas. Licorice is really supposed to be good for pigmentation and brightening in general. Chamomile I didn't know much about, and ferulic acid is great as a kind of antioxidant accompaniment to vitamin C. It says it uses this product called MyView, strengthens and firms the eye contour and the product's protects skin's elasticity. There isn't much that I can find about that MyView product, but it sounds pretty promising. It says about MyView that it's an active ingredient obtained from a microorganism that lives on the halophyte plant. So not something I've ever heard of, and then it goes on about exactly what it does, but it's basically saying it encourages production of collagen. Now, there's no science behind this. It is just saying that this is its mechanism and that's what it should do, but there's nothing obviously that's tested this specifically. It targets loss of elasticity, makes the skin feel smoother and plumper, improves microcirculation by reducing vascular endothelial growth factor, which makes it perfect for wrinkles and bags in the eye area. So like I said, no specific research behind that, but it seems like it all makes sense how it works, and it seems like a nice ingredient. It's talking about participants in a 28-day study. I couldn't find that study, but it said they saw a visible improvement after just 7 days, and after 28 days noted a decrease in wrinkle depth. And a reduction of eye bags by up to 28%, which is quite a lot. Dark circles improved by 16%, and lifting of saggy eyelids by up to 5%. All of that is promising, and you guys know that apart from my under eye, I'm always bothered by this area, you know, even after having Plexer, which failed, and then having blepharoplasty surgery, which also kind of failed. I found the results in Botox, but obviously I haven't been able to have that because of lockdown, so anything that can make this skin less saggy, I would love to try it. The next bit talks about another ingredient called hexyl resorcinol, and it says it's an amphiphilic phenolic lipid that is clinically proven to be 4 times as effective than hydroquinone in lightening the skin. Now, there are a few studies I found on this ingredient that weren't anything to do with under eye bags or whatnot, but it does seem that it is a proven ingredient as a skin lightener. I didn't find that it said it was 4 times specifically, but it does seem to be as effective as hydroquinone, if not more effective. And like I said, there's a lot of studies in there for all sorts of things. So that's an exciting ingredient to be in here. It says it helps minimise the appearance of under eye dark circles and makes the eye contour appear brighter and more luminous. Yes, please. Stabilise vitamin C, brightens dark circles. Yes. Hyaluronic acid firms and plumps. Yes. Licorice targets hyperpigmentation, and CO2 extracted chamomile soothes delicate skin. I know chamomile is known to soothe skin. I didn't look into the science of that, but licorice I know again has been looked at, and I don't think there's been any major studies, but it has been shown to be good for hyperpigmentation. Antioxidants fight signs of aging. This is free of parabens, silicones, PEGs, SLS, SLES, and mineral oils. This is vegan and cruelty-free. It says it contains a high concentration of actives, so only a small amount is required per use. I'd like to know how much of the hexyl resorcinol is in here, because a lot of the studies did quote percentages versus hydroquinone, so it'd be interesting to know how much is in here. I don't know how much is in here. It's about, let's have a look at the ingredients. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's about 10 on the ingredient list. There is one review of this, and it's a rave review. She says, I bought 2 of these. There was a multi-buy discount. Yeah, there is. So this is £15.99 for this tube, but this is 30ml. So you can see it's a big tube, and you normally get like 15ml for an eye cream, for often more than £15.99. So I think £15.99 is a really good price for that. But if you buy 2 of them, you get them for £12.50 each. I think it's £25 for 2. So she said she bought 2 of them. I have very dry, sensitive skin around my eyes. I knew I would get through it relatively quickly. There's hardly any scent. There's no fragrance in here. I can't smell anything. Oh, I've just squeezed it. Don't I always do something in these videos where I make an absolute mess? Oh, well, I can show you the cream now, can't I? Because I haven't shown it you so far. I was going to show you me applying it on my eyes, but you know, there's not really anything to see. What a mess. What a mess. I'm so messy. That's what it looks like. I think I was going to tell you about that after I'd finished reading here. She says there's hardly any scent. That's right. I was saying there's a very, very faint scent, but it's supposed to be of chamomile, and it is that kind of walking through the woods type smell. But it's not something I noticed until like literally inhaling deeply there with that, you know. It's gentle. Makeup around the eyes has always been an issue for me, as it clings to any dry skin there may be. This has not happened since using this eye cream. Also, the description is very accurate. It has done an amazing job of brightening my eyes, making it look like I had a decent night's sleep. As opposed to the truth of 4 hours sleep, she would recommend. And So that's everything from the website, and what I would say is I totally agree with that. What I have found is that the concealer is sitting much nicer under my eyes. It seems like it looks less dry. My eye, it never actually felt that dry under my eyes, but like I said, it just didn't look great. You know, the concealer would sort of go scaly, and it doesn't seem to be doing that anymore since using this. I've only been using this for about 4 days, but I've been using it morning and night. You only need a little bit. It feels really lovely going on. You can see there it's not greasy, but it is rich, you know, but it's not a thick cream. It doesn't feel like it's going to, I don't feel like I'm going to get the milia from this. You know, milia, those tiny little white bumps that you get around your eyes. I used to get those when I used the Bobbi Brown Extra Eye Cream. That's the only eye cream that I ever really raved about until this one. But I did always get the white little bumps from it, but you could feel that that was very, very thick. It was a very thick cream. This doesn't feel as thick, but it feels like it is hydrating. It doesn't irritate my eyes. It hasn't made my eyes water. Yeah, I really, really enjoy it. I enjoy everything about it. I might actually stick it in the fridge. This would be lovely to use really cool, you know. It does feel really nice and refreshing. And I have been putting it right over my lids. I don't know whether it says to do that. Let's have a look at the ingredients, directions. Morning and night, apply after cleansing, apply under eyes with a gentle tapping motion. So yeah, I do that anyway. When I put it on, I do sort of tap like this because that is helpful in itself, isn't it? But it doesn't say to put it on your eyelids, but I have been putting it right over my eyes, like I said, and I don't see anything in here that would make that a problem. And it just feels like I'm giving some hydration to my eyelids, because again, there's not many eye creams that you can, you know, use right on your eyelids. So far so good. This isn't like a before and after, obviously, but I have already taken pictures of my face and eyes and whatnot, and so when I'm maybe halfway through, or however long it takes for it to be, like maybe a month of using this, I will come back and let you know. And because it's a lovely little pink tube and it's quite a big tube, I'm remembering to use it because it's there, and you know, it's not like hidden away in the bottom of my bag. I'm waiting for Facetheory to come out with their SPF 50. This Sunfragma, they were going to mix it with a mineral sunscreen and come out with an SPF 50, and I'm really excited to try that, but I think they've had some issues with manufacturing or something. It's just not out yet, you know. That's everything. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think. Let us know what you think if you've used this, or what your favourite eye cream is, and I will list all of my makeup, etc. in the description. I'll see you again soon.